Hello to all my language learning friends out there, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to introduce to you a language learning card game that you can use as an extra resource to add enrichment opportunities into your more traditional language learning routines. This game is called Heading into Language Land. It's available at languagecardgames.com, and there are printable, virtual, and real deck formats like the one you see right here before you. I'm going to use this to introduce the game briefly to you today. And there's also online gaming groups running for several languages already that maybe you can jump into. More details on those at languagecardgames.com. This game is designed to be used to help you put any language that you want to the test. There's over 100 different topics in the game spread across these, 50 some odd game cards. And when you move around and explore and discover different cards and have battles, you're going to roll the dice to find different topics to speak about. And when that happens, you can share a word that fits the topic, a short phrase or a sentence, or even have a conversation with the other players in order to pass the topic and get the point and take the action, such as pick up a weapon, defeat an enemy, team up with an ally. So let's jump into how to play. The first thing you're going to do is pick a character that you want to be. Let's say I want to be the troll. You can be any character you want to in this game. There's good guys and bad guys in it. Shuffle up the deck and then build a board, usually a grid shape of face-down cards. I think 4x4 is good, maybe 3x3, also acceptable. But anyways, you can build any size or shape of grid that you want to explore. That's a great feature of this game, that there's this exploration or discovery-like feature to it. So every time you play, you're going to encounter different things in different order. I've got a pawn to mark my position on the board. We'll pretend that this one is maybe another player. I have 3 longevity points, which are basically power points or life points, and a dice to roll for chance. So the first thing that I do is flip over a card next to my current location that indicates where I would like to go. Let's imagine that I'm starting right here and I want to go there. First, I have to flip over the card and see what it is. In a lot of games, you roll a dice and then move. In this game, you don't. First, you reveal or encounter something, and then you roll the dice to see what topic you have to speak about. Now, there's different types of interactions depending on whether you encounter an enemy, an ally, a special weapon, or a special place. I won't get into all of that in this particular video. I'm going to keep it brief. But in this case, basically what would happen is I've rolled a 4. So I need to speak about the topic on my troll card in order to use my power and strength to beat this enemy. It's an enemy to me because their names are opposite colors. Same color names would be allies. So if I look at the troll, the number 4 category is an aggressive act. That means something like a punch, a kick, or a bite. If I can speak about that in the language that I want to practice, be it my native language or a foreign language, then I've succeeded. I can defeat this enemy. He goes to like the cycle pile or the discard pile. I replace the empty space on the board with a fresh card from the deck. Then I can officially make my move and add a point to my score. Now my turn is over. If I had no idea what to say, and I was playing really strictly, and so I'm not allowing myself or other players to look up stuff during the game, in that case, I would not get to move. That tree beast character would flip back over, and I would actually lose a life point, and my turn would end right there. On my next turn, I could try to go to a different place, or I could try again to defeat that tree beast. But usually when we play with our friends online in our online gaming groups, we play in a very friendly, competitive way. So we are competing a little. It's kind of like a mixture of competitive, cooperative. We help each other, we suggest ideas, we allow people to look up things. We usually have a teacher of our target language in the room to help guide us and correct us. So it just depends how strict you want to be or how loose you want to play. My daughter's hooping and hollering outside. We live in China, actually, and I have 2 kids, so we use this game to practice Mandarin and English. So I moved there, got my point. Now, if there's a player here and I move to the same space, I can go head-to-head with another player. In that case, I try to pass a category on one of my team cards. They do the same. If we both succeed in doing that, we do a roll-off to determine the victor. If it's still a tie, the attacker wins. In this game, first one to get to a set number of points first wins, like maybe 10. If you ever fall to 0 points, you lose and you're knocked out of the game entirely. There's some other objectives you could set. Maybe you could do turn limits. Whoever has the most points after having 6 turns wins or something like that. You could also say you got to team up with at least 3 characters, or you have to defeat at least 3 enemies. So there's different sorts of objectives you could mix together to create a really unique game experience. But what I love most is the feeling that I'm exploring with my target language. And I'm always finding new things, and I get to move freely around the board. Like this board, I didn't really show you the whole board, but you can build a grid as big or as small or any shape that you want. So that's really fun. So I hope this game can provide you some valuable enrichment and help you to make friends or solidify your existing friendships. I think one of the big problems nowadays is everybody's sort of always on their devices all the time, always online, always inside, and they're failing to make time for, they're failing to make time to spend, they're failing to make time to be together with people and share that presence power and be together face-to-face live. I think if you can get together face-to-face and have a game night or something, or a study session or a conversation over coffee, that's best. If you can't do that, next best thing is to do a virtual call. A lot of people are using social media, but they're just chatting back and forth at irregular intervals, and nobody knows how long the conversation's going to last or when they're going to get a reply. I think that's not a good substitute for real conversations with real people in real time. So make sure that you're putting humans at the center of your language learning practice. That's going to make you much better with your social skills, your confidence, your outgoingness, and your language. Whatever language you're studying, it's going to come alive for you. You're going to feel it. You're going to sense it in a very authentic way when you have to converse with people at length to develop a shared understanding of the topics, to sort of alleviate confusion, alleviate misunderstanding, and gain clarity between people. That's hard. That requires patience and cognitive skill. So this game, I think, can blend in with your social life more authentically than like social media and apps can. I hope it will be a great tool for you. Again, you can learn more at languagecardgames.com. You can also subscribe to this channel for regular motivation, language learning, personal development, game design, China life, and things like that. Hope to see you back here in the next video. Bye-bye for now.